Hello everyone, it's Mary back from Rocky Mountain Gardens, and as you can see today I'm outside with the birds singing, and I wanted to let you know that we're going to be doing a tour of my garden today, and I hope I have some interesting plants for you to look at and learn about, and things that maybe you would want to add to your own garden. So we'll go ahead and start the tour. Welcome to my garden. And guys, today we're only going to take a close look at the left side of my backyard. I have a lot to show you and I don't want the video to be overly long. So we're going to walk over here. This is my porch swing. You can see the frame of it here that I have vines growing on it. These are Virginia creeper vines, which do well here in Colorado. And they aren't as invasive as in other parts of the country since we're so dry, which you can see by my lack of grass here. We had a very dry winter and are in a drought situation here. So anytime we get any sort of precipitation, snow, rain, or hail, it's a good thing for our gardens and for our whole countryside. I'm just panning around here in this area. Many of my plants are very, very slowly coming back due to the lack of water. For example, see if I can get you in here to see this very, very tiny lungwort, it's called. You can see it's spotted on the leaves and has furry leaves, you could say, but it's just barely coming back since it was so dry. And I have to admit, I'm not a winter watering type of person. I don't grab all of my hoses and water in the winter time. I feel like I need to let the plants survive on their own. I guess that's my excuse for being lazy in the winter time. This bush here is one of my favorites. It's a type of Daphne called Carol Mackey. And if you look at the leaves, they have a yellow edge to them. And they're quite pretty, and they also bloom much earlier in the springtime and have a lovely fragrance as well. Over here I have another little garden area that is suffering from the drought. Here we have another lungwort baby trying to come back. So I've been giving it a lot of water. That tiny plant right there is a type of bleeding heart. I believe the variety is luxuriant. It does get flowers on it, but it's very, very long blooming once it does. Here's another small plant struggling to come back. This one is a, let's see, it's Jack Frost Runnera is the exact variety. It can get blue flowers on it, little blue flowers that look like forget-me-nots sometimes, if it's healthy enough. This path goes all the way back. You can see my back fence right there. It goes all the way back there. Here's a tiny little hosta struggling also. I've been giving these particular plants extra water in order to help them recover. This one, which is so small and barely here, is Pig squeak is one of the common names for it. These are balloon flowers, which haven't started to bloom yet. And on this piece of driftwood that I got at a garage sale once, I have a pot sitting on it, and the main flower that you see, the pink petunias, it is called bubblegum, and it's one of the petunias that were propagated by Proven Winners. And the thing about Proven Winners Vista series and their petunias in general is that they are sterile, and you do not have to deadhead them, which relieves you of quite a bit of maintenance work here. Here's another vine that I have. It's called chocolate vine, and it doesn't look too healthy, does it? My poor babies have really had a hard time of it out here in the yard. But hopefully it'll recover and come back and get more leaves, and as the summer goes by, and be able to recover and look beautiful. Here's my little hosta garden area where I have several different varieties of hosta. And I planted a couple of impatiens in between things to add a little more color to the area. Back there by my gnome, you can see another impatiens, which is just starting to bloom. I have this beautiful pine bush, I would call it. You can see it doesn't have a single trunk. It's multi-trunked, I guess you could call it. But it has a really pretty reddish tone to the bark, which is lovely, and provides shade here for my hostas, which we all know need quite a bit of shade to do well. Here's a golden barberry. And this is a type of spirea called lime mound. I planted this Canna Creek buckwheat last summer, and look how it has grown and spread. So I bought another one this summer and planted it. It's still quite small, but I hope it really does well like the one I planted last summer. Over here I have my Monarda plants. Common name is bee balm, and I'm giving them extra water because they do like a lot of water. So I'm hoping that they will bloom and look beautiful and attract hummingbirds and butterflies. Here's another one of those bubblegum petunias, and I don't know what this purple variety is called. Actually, haven't kept track of the names, but it is a Proven Winners petunia as well. And over here I planted the same because they are so successful. The bubblegum and the purple variety together look so pretty, don't you think? Isn't that pretty? This is a spirea called Anthony Waterer, and it blooms later in the summer with pink blossoms. I highly recommend you this if you're looking for a small bush. It really does well. here in Colorado for me. Here's one of my peonies, and I'm so excited because I have some blooms on it. It's sort of a dark red flower, and hopefully I'll get some beautiful pictures of those lovely peonies, one of my favorite flowers. Over here, you can see a dead plant. It's a rose bush that I planted last summer, and unfortunately it didn't come back. So I'm going to be going to the nursery to try to find another one to replace it with. Now over here I have some more proven winners petunias, and down in this smaller pot are some sedums that I hope will spread and fill that pot soon. This is my raised bed where I plant some vegetables. We'll take a closer look at it when I get on the other side. But you can see that I have watering system hoses, and those are where I planted carrot seeds because my grandkids love harvesting the carrots and eating them as well. It's one of the few vegetables that they enjoy. Here I have some pots hanging on this dead aspen tree. And we can take a look under this very big blue spruce, Colorado blue spruce. I have been collecting lots of different bird houses when I've been thrifting, and I have them hanging in this area. See if I can show them all to you. Lots of different varieties in this tree. They're really fun, don't you think? Now, if you've seen my tours in the past, you know that I have this corner of my garden that's set aside for the grandchildren to play in. So I've gotten out all of the little fairy garden, little people, fairies, dwarves, gnomes are all residing here for a fun summertime. Let me give you some close-ups. I have lots of pirates. I actually got them off Amazon, and I like using them because the boys enjoy playing with them, of course. And dinosaurs join the crowd. I've planted quite a few impatiens for the shade here to bring some color to this darker space with the deep shade. It's a nice cool spot in the yard. Down here you can see a very small hosta coming to life. It actually is called praying hands, and when it grows larger, it is quite a spectacular hosta. Over here next to my swing, I have more impatiens that are blooming and looking pretty. This is my swing that I have in the back of my yard. It has a cover so that we can sit back here and enjoy the coolness of the shade and enjoy reading. It's a great place for reading, let me tell you. Now over here next to my raised bed on this side, I have quite a bit of Virginia creeper growing, and I really like the way it covers this wood here, and it's quite easy to contain for me here in Colorado. Very easy to keep it cut back and under control, unlike other parts of the country. Now that we're in the shade, I can show you more of my raised bed garden. I have two types of tomatoes growing here in cages. And I have quite a few marigolds planted amidst and around each of these. I'm not sure what's happening with this dill plant. It looks very sick. If anyone has any tips for me to save it, let me know in the comments below. I would love to be able to save that plant. I really want to have some dill this summer to cook with. This plant right here with the yellow flower is calendula, and I'm so happy to see it blooming. What a pretty bloom it is. You can see it has a brownish center. Looks so pretty, and calendula is supposed to help you with insect troubles in your vegetable garden, which is why I planted it this year for the very first time, and it's really growing and so healthy. So I have some basil, like right there. Over on that side I have, right there I have one pepper plant. It's supposed to be a yellow pepper. And right there I have, gosh, slipped my mind right now what that plant is called. I'm sure you all know it, but I'll put it up on the screen when I edit this video. I'm excited to hopefully have a successful tomato harvest this year. My plants seem to be growing well, and I have one that is cherry tomatoes and one that is, one of the larger types of tomatoes that I can use for tomato sandwiches this summer. Yummy. So here we are looking back at this pine bush that I mentioned earlier. My poor lilac, that large green bush right there, did not bloom at all this year. I'm very disappointed because it has such a beautiful fragrance. But I think it's the dryness of the drought that has kept it from producing blooms. You can see they look like they started, but didn't actually bloom out at all. I'm very sad. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming along with me on this tour. I'm going to walk up here really quickly to show you the arch that I created last summer. Maybe you saw my video where I actually put it together. I have some more mulch here that I need to spread. And there's my arch. I really like it and enjoy it. Going over to this side yard. And back in the back you can see the gate that leaves my garden. And also on the left is my compost pile. And I love that gate, the way it's painted in all those pastel colors. Looks very pretty. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video, guys. I really appreciate you stopping by my channel. And I hope your summer is going well as we celebrate our 250th anniversary as a country. So my next video will actually be the other side of my yard, which I'll share in about 2 weeks. So I hope to see you back again then. This is Mary saying bye for now.